Hey guys, welcome back. This is Crooked Leg here, Operation Red Cloud. This would be turn 12.4, Japan, January of 1942. So, got some big rounds to go. So first, we're going to do our tech rolls. We have two. The first tech roll is going to be for large ship construction at an 8 or higher, and then the other one we're going to do is ASW at a 7 or higher. So here's large ship construction at an 8 or higher. And we got an 11. We'll zoom in on that so you can see that okay. Here's the 11. Okay. And then let's do ASW at a 7. And we got a 10. So two good tech rolls. So we'll move up to stage 2 on large ship construction and stage 1 on ASW. Okay. Next, we have our buys. And we've already got them laying over here, and of course it's right in the glare. So let me move it over here. I don't think there's a glare there. Yep, that's better. So we have $36 to spend. We are going to play a little defense this round, purchase-wise. And we are going to buy ourselves, and now there's a shadow, so I can't win. The joys of lighting. I need to get myself one of those ring lights that all these fancy people have. I guess I'll break down and spend the money. Anyways, so we've got $36 to spend. We are spending $7 on a seaplane, 7 on another, so that is 14. We're going to spend 14 and buy ourselves 2 destroyers for $7 a piece. So that's 28. We're spending 2 and upgrading a militia, so that puts us at 30. And then we'll spend another 6 on 2 more militia and another militia upgrade. So that is our $36 that we are spending this round. We have some combat moves that we're going to do. So the drums of war have begun to beat. Now, I have read and read and read over all the different rules here, and Japan is going to issue a declaration of war during the combat movement phase and use the surprise attack to attack Sydney. So how we'll do that is we'll take our 5 destroyers from P-47 and we get a +1 movement. We'll also take the aircraft carrier and the light carrier, and they will move from P-47 to P-54 to P-65, P-73, and then finally end in P-72 to do an amphibious assault into Sydney. And the tactical bombers will separately take off from P-47 on the carriers and fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they'll have a 6th movement to land back on the carriers because of the +1 bonus as well that they get. So, aircraft are designated as first strikes. So we'll have first strikes with those 3 tactical bombers into Sydney. And then his defending militia won't get their city bonus on the first round because of the, it's just the debuff of the attack. The militia, we've got 5, or not militia, the 5 Marines will attack at 1s on the first round as a result of the mountain border going into Sydney. I think it's a mountain border. It might just be a mountainous territory, honestly. I think it's a mountain territory. So we'll call it that. Okay, so let's move those ships down. So those ships are down there in P-72. So that's our first combat move. Then we'll move over here now, because we've got more combat to do. Now, I've already taken units off the board for the defending player for all these attacks, and I've already confirmed what units are in those territories to make sure I didn't screw anything up or didn't miss anything in previous rounds, as accidents do tend to happen every once in a while for everybody. But anyways, so I looked it over, and the next battle we're doing is going to be in Malay. So this is our 2nd round declaration of war, although we're technically already at war after the surprise attack in Sydney. But we are going to go into Malay, and we will take from P4, or not, from Korea, excuse me. So Korea, we've got 3 airborne transports, 3 air transports, or 3 airborne transports, however you want to pronounce it or say it, and 3 airborne infantry, and we'll go 1 to P14, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Malay, and we'll still have 3 movement remaining after we hit Malay for the air transports. Then we will take the 2 medium bombers from Korea, and they will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll have 3 movement left, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they'll have 2 movement left, I'm sorry, because we've got long-range aircraft and the airbase. So 2 movement left for the medium bombers. So let's take those off and put those on a card over here. We've already got units set off to the side. Now he will get the fortification on the first round. And he does also have his 2 first strikes at 5s. We're also going to walk the infantry from, what is this here? Siam. He'll go into British Malay. And I did look at it, so V4, you can no longer use air transport or airborne attacks to bypass a fortification. Airborne attacks still trigger a fortification. So unfortunately, we still have to do that battle. Let's see. We'll also take ourselves 2 fighters from Korea, and they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll have 1 movement left after that. So 2 fighters. And actually the infantry that's in Siam, he's not going in, it's not going in. We're gonna take 2 Marines, and they will actually attack into British Malay. So 2 Marines there. Let me get a blue chip. Okay, let's see here. Right. Probably boring everybody at this point, but you're not even seeing what I'm doing. I assure you it's nothing exciting. All right, next we are going to, so we've done the units that are going into Malay. Then we are going to go in and we are going to take an infantry from Siam and walk into Burma as it's empty. So we'll hit Burma. That's closing the Burma Road. And then we will take, how did I want to do this earlier? We will take the 2 transports that are here in P14. They'll move 1 to P15. And they're going to pick up the medium armor and the 3 infantry. And we're going to drop 2 infantry into Cochin, China. And that's a walk-on. And then we're going to take the other transport. And he will attack and drop an infantry and a medium armor into Anatonkin. I think this is how I was planning on doing this. Could be wrong, but yeah. So we'll do that. And then that's that. Already did 3. I guess I'll just leave, well, I'll put these guys over here. Yeah, I'll leave these guys here, it doesn't matter. I don't need to show that battle. So we'll have the 1 go there. We'll have 2 fighters come from Korea, and they will go 1 to P14, 2 to P32, 3 to P41, 4, and attack in Anatonkin. And then we will have the remaining fighter from Korea fly 1, 2, 3, and hit Hong Kong. And we've got these 2 infantry in Kwangtung, and they will walk. We'll take 1 into Hong Kong, and we'll take the other one into Anatonkin. And then we have our 3 Marines, and they will be 2 of the transports that are in, what is that, P50. We'll take 2 of them, or no, I remember how I was going to do this earlier. This is going to confuse the hell out of everybody. Okay, so the 2 infantry that are here in Cochin, China, that were dropped on one of the transports, he's actually not going to move. He'll go back, and I'll show where those 2 infantry that are in Kyushu are going to go. So, one of the transports from P50, because I've got 3 there, one of them is going to come out of P50 and is going to pick up an infantry from Kwangtung and drop him in Cochin, China. So there were 2 infantry in Kwangtung, so one will go into Cochin, China, and I'll put the other one back there just for now so that way you're not super confused on what's happening. Because I'm trying to use units here and not waste them in other locations. So we'll do that. And then we still have our 3 Marines in Siam. We're going to take the other 2 transports from P50, and they will move to P41. And now I want to note that we're starting our movement from P50. There are enemy naval ships here, but we do not have to engage them. We can choose to move out of the sea zone. The 3 infantry, or 3 Marines from Siam, will then be dropped. We'll drop 2 of those Marines into, what's it called? Anatonkan. And we'll drop 1 Marine into Hong Kong. And then we'll take an infantry from Kwangtung into Hong Kong. You know what? This is probably a little risky. I'm not even going to mess with Hong Kong. I'm going to bypass Hong Kong because I don't like it. I don't think that it's wise to go in there and try to hit it. So put those guys back in Hong Kong. We won't attack Hong Kong. So the fighter and the Marine that we're going to go into Hong Kong, we'll just send them on over to Anatonkan as well. And we'll take the infantry, the other infantry that hadn't moved. He'll go into Anatonkan. So in total, we're taking the 2 infantry from Kwangtung into Anatonkan. We're taking 3 Marines from, 1 infantry from Kwangtung is going into Anatonkan. 1 of the other infantry from Kwangtung was picked up and dropped off in Cochin, China with a walk-on. We're taking the 3 Marines in Siam that remain into Anatonkan, and we're also bringing an infantry in the medium armor. It started up here in Kyushu and will be brought down there. So, and then the transport here in P14 is going to move 1 to P15, pick up those 2 infantry in Kyushu, and go 2, 3, and we'll drop those 2 infantry into Anatonkan. So that way I'm not screwing myself over putting 2 guys in Cochin, China for absolutely no reason. So we'll do that, and then from there, we will bring in 2 battleships, and we'll bring a heavy cruiser, and we'll bring 1 battle cruiser and 4 heavy cruisers, and then the 2 battleships into P41, I almost said it P14 because it's upside down, from P50. So we'll bring those in, and they're going to come in and bombard. We've got more than enough units that are coming in via the assault, because we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 units it looks like. So we should be fine. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So we'll do that. But I don't think that the heavy cruiser, one of the heavy cruisers can, so he'll stay on the card. It's in 6. because the medium armor does not get to participate on the first round. So I don't think he's technically amphibiously assaulting. So we've only got 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll just do 3 heavy cruisers, 1 battle cruiser, and 2 battleships. So that's our 6 bombardments there. I think that's it. So I'll take that off so that way I don't confuse anybody any more than I already did. I apologize if you're confused the hell out of. That wasn't my intention. But it is what it is. So, okay. So I'll take off those 2 battles. There's no need to show the one for the one and then the other. We'll do rolls for income increase for the U.S. after the battles are resolved. My expectation is that the U.S. will enter the war. So, but they might not. I might get lucky, or they might get unlucky. So, okay, so let's get into our combat rolls then. So our first roll, so you can see what units are where. We've got battle number 1. We get the 3 tactical bombers at first strikes. And then we have the 2 militia that'll be defending at 2s instead of 3s, because the first round they take a -1 penalty, which will cancel the city fortification bonus. Let's go ahead and roll the 3 first strikes on those tactical bombers and see if we eliminate it, and don't need to put all the other units there on the track. So 3 first strikes at, I believe, 7 or higher, or 7 or less, I mean, excuse me. Oh, we only got 1. All right. Boy, I don't know if you can hear it. Aircraft just flew over really low. It's very late here, too. Okay, so we got 1 hit. So he'll just have 1 militia for the first round that will defend at a 2. So let's put him there. And then we do have our Marines that will be attacking at 1s. Okay. He did lose his other militia, so just the 1. So we've got 3, 4, 5 at 1s. Got a 2, but not quite what we needed. So, all right, and then his militia at a 2 for the first round. He got a 3. So he won't get a hit there either because of the penalty. Now, for round 2, his militia bumps to a 3. The Marines stay the same because, like I said, I believe it is considered to be a, I don't even know what you want to call it. I already said it. That doesn't matter. Anyways, I think I rolled 1 fewer dice for the Marines, but I'm really not too worried about it. It's all right. Axis math is hard, as we already know. So, 3 tactical bombers at 7s. There's the other 3 that we needed, so that's another hit. You don't need to worry about target select. And then his his militia at 3 for the rebuttal, and he got a 1. And that's a target select for vehicle class, but we're not attacking with any vehicle class. As fighters, anything that's an aircraft, I believe, is not considered a vehicle. If it is, then we'll take a tactical bomber, but I'm pretty sure that the rules show that aircraft are a separate class. So we will have to lose 1 of our Marines. So we will take Sydney, way down there in the south, with 4 Marines. And the good news is for us is that, yes, the territory might look to be surrounded, but they can't surround it unless they bombed the airfield and also the shipyard, minor shipyard. So we'll do that. And then, of course, the 3 tactical bombers have 1 movement left, so they will land on the carriers in P-72 during non-combat. So that is done. The Australians lose their income for this round, and I believe that is probably it for them, to be quite honest. I don't expect that they'll be able to do much from here, because this next round I can attack and hit both of the territories there in New Zealand and force their surrender on the following round. And I don't know much that could really take place to prevent that from happening. So, well. Okay. Next, we are going to do the battle in melee. So, let's show those units. Take his militia off that died. Okay, so we have 3 air transports. No value. It is a mountainous territory, and I believe jungle, but we don't have to worry about jungle for this round. Or for us, because we're not attacking anything that's penalized by jungle. Our 3 airborne infantry will attack at 2s on the first round because they do get the +1 bonus for the first round of combat of an airborne assault, and then they'll drop down from 2 to a 1 after the first round. Our 2 Marines are attacking at 1s. We have 2 fighters attacking at 6s, and then 2 medium bombers attacking at 7s. He'll have 2 militia attacking at, or defending at 4s because they get a +2 for the fortification. He'll also have his 2 first strikes at 5s. I believe that's it for that battle. So let's go ahead and roll. So, okay. Tell you what, after this game is over, we're going to work on getting things reset up in here so it's a little easier to roll stuff. Okay, his 2 first strikes at 5s or less. Oh, bad rolls for him. So I've got a 9 and a 6. So he missed both on the first strikes, which is brutal for him. He needed that. Okay, so now we have our 2 at 7s. There's 2 hits, 4 and a 3. So that does it. We'll go ahead and roll for the other units. 2 fighters at 6s. There's 1 hit. So we're at 3 hits in total. And then the 3 airborne 2s. They all missed. And then we have the 2 Marines at 1s. And they both missed as well. So, okay. So now his 2 units. He has 2 militia defending at 4s. Let's see what he gets. Boy, Malay fought like they truly did in World War II. I'm sorry, Irish. So you got a 5 and a 7. So your militia missed and did no damage, no casualties to my units. So Malay has fallen. No casualties for the Japanese. So let's show those units getting placed over there. So we'll put the 3 airborne infantry there. On with those 2 things are removed. Okay, so we've got 3 airborne that are there, along with 2 Marines. That's what we've got there. And then our 2 fighters have to land back in Siam, along with the 2 medium bombers. Okay, like that. And the air transports. Let's see. They would have used 5 movement. We've still got 3 left. Oh, heck. Yeah, we'll have them start in Siam as well, or end their movement in Siam. So. Okay, we got our walk-on in Cochin, China, or walk-on in Burma. And so our final battle here, the big one, is going to be Anatonkan. So I believe I get penalties for attacking into Anatonkan, as it is a mountainous territory. So all my units will be -1. Okay. And then the fighter attacks, 3 fighters attack at 6s, no problem. And I believe the tank takes I think it's a -2 penalty for jungle. So I believe it'll only attack at a 4. And then we'll have our bombardments. His Gurkha defends at a +1 because it is mountainous, so he'll defend at a 5. They don't get a bonus for the jungle unless they're attacking into the jungle. There are 3 infantry, will be defending at 4s, the other infantry at 4, and then the militia added 2. We have our bombardments, 2 battleships at 4, battle cruiser at 3, and 3 heavy cruisers at 2s. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Hopefully we can do some damage. There's the units all set up, ready to go. All right. So first strikes. Okay, 2 at 4s. It's a 5 and a 12, so they both miss. You've got 1 at a 3. He missed, and then 3 at 2s. Nothing. All right, so no first strikes. Next, we've got our infantry and marines. We've got 3, and I should note that the medium armor does not participate on the first round because of the amphibious assault. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 at 1s. And that all missed. 6, 4, 4, 8, 8, 7, 7. All right. Okay, and then the 3 fighters at 6s. All right. It's leaning, but it looks like a 12, so we'll leave it at 12. So we got a 2 and a 4. So just 2 hits. I'm sure Irish will take a militia, and I'm going to say probably one of the French infantry, but if not, I don't know that it's going to matter after this, because I'm not probably retreating unless something goes horribly wrong here. So, okay. So now for him, he's got his militia at a 2. That's a 7. So that misses. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Okay. And he's got 3. He's got 4 at 4s. So we got 1, and then he got a 10, 11, and a 7. So we only got 1 hit. So we have to take a marine. Okay. And then he's got his 1 and a 5. And he got a 4. So we'll lose 2 marines. Okay. So we'll take those 2 marines off. So let me back this up so you can see where we're at for the units. Okay. So we have 1 marine left, our 4 infantry, the medium armor now, and then our 3 fighters still. He lost a militia, and he lost an infantry. So 3 infantry and a Gurkha is what he has left. All right. So, round number 2. 2, 4, 5. Let's get the infantry out of the way. 5 at 1s for us. That all missed. No hits. Okay. And then the medium armor at a 4. That's an 8, so that's a miss. And then 3 fighters at 6s. There's a 6 and a 4, so that's 2 hits for us. So he'll lose probably his 2 of the French infantry. And then now let's roll his units. So we've got 3 at 4s. He got a 3, a 7, and a 12, so we got 1 hit, so we'll lose an infantry. And then his Gurkha at a 5. He got a 3, so we'll lose another infantry. Okay. Right. So we've got 1 marine and 2 infantry, and he's got, well, we've got 2 infantry, a marine, a medium tank, and then the aircraft. He's got the infantry and the Gurkha. So 3 at 1s. So there's 1. We did get a 2, but unfortunately can't use it. So we got 1 hit with the infantry class units. So he'll lose the infantry. And then the medium armor to 4. Hey, there's the 4. So he loses the Gurkha. And we'll go ahead and roll for the fighters. At 6s, there's 2 more. So that's the final round of combat. His infantry at a 4 or less, there's a 5, and then the Gurkha at an 11. So no hits on the final round. Anna Tonkin has fallen. So we'll take Anna Tonkin with 2 infantry, a marine, and a medium armor. So I'll get you back over here. Okay, let's see if we can get a better angle. It's not as, okay, shaded. Okay, so that's done there. So we'll put a marine and 2 infantry. Okay, so that's done. There's the medium armor. Let's get some rondels for some stuff. So we took Cochin China, we took Burma, we took Tonkin, or Tonkin, however you want to pronounce it. We took British Malay, and then we of course took Sydney. Sydney is worth $2. British Malay is worth 2, so that's 4. Both the French territories are worth $1, so that's 6. And then Burma is $1, so that's 7. So we'll go up to $37. The what's it called? Far East Command, FEC, they lose 1, 2, 3. They lose $3. So they'll go down to 11. Anzac lost $2 plus their incomes. They're at 5. And then Free French lost $2, so they're down to $1. Okay. Let's see. Don't know if we get any bonuses. No, we get about $2 for British Malay. We'll get into that in a second. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. Gotta finish this up. So the 3 fighters that are in there in Anna Tonkin, they would have used, let me move over a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Zoom out. They would have used their movement, but they still had, so they started in Korea. We would have went 1, 2, 3, 4 to Anna Tonkin. I'll go 5, 6, and land in Formosa. All 3 of them will. Oh, come on, dang it. The joys of magnets. So there's 3 fighters in Formosa. We'll go ahead and move the other units that were in P41. We'll move them to, or not P41, but P50 to P41, which was a heavy cruiser and 2 light cruisers. So we'll show that there, and we'll get everything moved to the card after this scene is off. We've still got the 2 battleships, 3 other heavy cruisers, and the battle cruiser in P41 from the bombardments, which did nothing. Let's see here. I think we've done all of our combat moves. Let's get into the other non-combat. So over here, we're going to move the tank destroyer into Suyon along with the medium armor into Suyon. And we'll take 3 infantry into Suyon. So that's out of the way. And then, do we have any other non-combat moves we're going to do? I don't think so. I think that's it for our non-combat moves. Yeah, we've flown everything that needed to fly. Everything came back. Alright, so that's done. And then now we'll go ahead and get into the placement of units. So I'll start down here in the south. We're going to place a upgrade in Kwangtung. Okay. And then we'll add a militia, Guangtung. So that's done. Then we will place the other militia upgrade and militia. Decisions. We'll just do it here in Suyan, so I'll just add an infantry sculpt to that location. So there's the new infantry that we put there. That's just for the upgraded militia and then the new militia that was added, so there was no need to switch stuff out. Just add another infantry. So that's done, and then the 2 seaplanes, we're gonna build one seaplane in Kyushu, and then we'll build one seaplane here in Tokyo, and then we'll put a destroyer in, actually we'll put 2 destroyers here in P15 via the major shipyard. So that's all on camera, so you can see that okay. So let's go ahead and do a disposition of forces for the changes. As I'm sure that I probably confused people, at least I know, with the battle in Anatonkin, because I moved a lot of stuff back and forth, and because I forgot how I was getting units down there without having to put 2 guys in the C zone. But, all right. So that's everything that's there. So we'll start with the C zone in P41. P41 consists of, oh shoot, I didn't mark it, so that's okay. We won't do it because I didn't technically declare war on the U.S., so we won't do that. I do need to do the income increase rolls, so let's do that first before we jump into disposition of forces, because I'm sure you're all itching to know if the U.S. does indeed join or if they stay neutral. So I believe that they get 5 dice for the declaration of war on the UK. So here's 5 and 12-sided dice. Ooh, they got a lot of low numbers. 3 and a 2 is 5. Plus 5. That's 10. And 10 would be 20. And 23. So they get $23 increase. I think that does it. Yeah, 23 plus their 46 they're currently at puts them over 63. So the U.S. has now officially entered the war. I'm sure they can declare war if they want to. Just for shits and giggles, let's roll for the French, because I believe they're now considered, they would have been considered just a neutral. They got a measly 3. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so that's out of the way. Disposition of forces. Let's get back into it. So the subs are still over here. No changes with the subs. We have 1 infantry now at the Marshall Islands. Down here in the south, we now have a light carrier, a fleet carrier, 5 destroyers, 3 tactical bombers in P72. And then Sydney has 4 Marines, and then we've also got the new miner, or the miner factory for taking the territory. So that's ours. Then we have British Malay, and that is 3 airborne infantry and 2 Marines. So nothing, no change there. Casualties from earlier. Siam has 2 fighters, 2 medium bombers, and then 3 air transports along with the militia and the airfield. Cochin China has 1 infantry. Anatonkin has a marine, 2 infantry, and a medium tank. Guangtung has still the infantry and the militia. We did have the correction on the motorized earlier, so we just have that 2 motorized that were upgraded in Hunan. So that's been noted from earlier. Or not Hunan, Hopei, sorry. Suyon, let's see. We had the same number of units as before. We did add 3 regular infantry plus another one from upgrades, so 4. And then we also added the medium armor and the tank destroyer. So let's see what that brings us as a total of now. I know that this is probably a red ship now by now. There's 4 there. That'd be our 5th. So let's put a red ship. Okay. And then let's chip this guy and this guy. So there's 2 more chips. And these 2 chips, so 4 chips to add. So we've got in total 15 infantry now in Suyon. Okay. Let's see. P41 has, let's see, 5 transports, and then we've got ourselves 4 heavy cruisers, a battle cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and then the 2 battleships. That's all in P41. We have 3 fighters and an airfield in Formosa. We still have our 1 seaplane in Okinawa. We have a seaplane in Kyushu, along with the 2 destroyers in P15. And then we have in P16, nothing. Sorry, Tokyo has an infantry and a seaplane. And then, I believe that's it for those units. Now, I believe that we also meet the requirements now for Asia for Asians. So I'm pretty sure that we place an airfield, and we can place a, what's it called? Minor factory. So we will put the minor factory down here in the south, and you guessed it, Siam. And then the airfield, I'll have to look and see where the airfield has to be placed specifically. I don't recall if I don't remember exactly what territories are the requirements. I know that Siam is one of them. I obviously am not going to put another airfield in Siam since I've already got one there. So I'll hold off on putting out the airfield just because I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it. But we'll get there on that. So I believe that does that. And then I believe Kido Butai will kick in for us on the next round if we want to, because the US does still have 2 capital ships in the Pacific, but we've got 3. So we have 1 more than they do, and there's no other capital ships for the Allies in the Pacific. Additionally, I also need to add my light carriers to the board. One of the light carriers we will place, that I believe is finished, will go to P15. And then the other light carrier goes on the build queue. Stage, that stage there, so that's out of the way. Okay. All right, I think I've wasted everybody's time enough this evening. I don't think there's anything else to update or show. I apologize again for the confusion that may have surrounded the battle in Anatonkan. I tried to back up and make things as easy as possible, so leave all your hate crimes and hate speech in the description. So I'll be waiting. So go ahead. I don't think there's anything else. So I could ramble on, but you guys are already probably tired as it is. So thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you the next time right after I tell you what my income is supposed to be. So we'll have $37 in actual territories now. So 37 is what we're at. And then bonuses, I know we get the 6 still. 2, 4, 6 for the Chinese territories. So that puts us at 43. And then I believe we get 2 for British Malaya. 2 for British Malaya, and I don't think we get anything else of value. So I think it's just British Malaya. So that'll give us $2 more, so we'll be at 45. So, but I'll go back and double check, make sure I didn't miss anything bonus-wise. 45 should be our income for the next round. So, all right, this is Crooked Lake, and I will catch you next time.